Go to your startup fitness mentality. Like, walk me through what that mindset is. What does that mean? How do you explain that to people? What does that look like, and how are you applying it right now to Lumber?
Fitness journey, what I call, is it starts with market fit. When you are thinking about starting a new company, how big is the market? And at this point in my life, as I said, I wanted to go and tackle something massive. So for me, it was very important that we are going after a massive market. And our vision is that we are going after all the regulated industries that have blue-collar workers. We're starting with construction. So that makes the market infinite, right? So market fit is really important. And I'm again, it's not for people who do not have courage, because when you're tackling a big market, massive problem, it also takes years of patience to build a massive company, right? So what market works well for you in that particular phase of your life, that's important. Once you go through that, then next is product market fit, which we all know. I will not talk a lot in detail, but whether the product that you're built, does the market need it? You move through that, you then go to market fit, which is the product that you have built, that market wants, can the messaging, the positioning, does it resonate with the market? So that's how I look at go to market fit, right? Because if that works, then you can amplify that, you can scale the demand gen and all of that good stuff that comes with that. And then the last is a scale fit, right? At every point, at every phase, at every milestone, you should ask, can I scale it further, right? Can I keep going? And if it does not, then you have to think about the other alternatives. Otherwise, you need to go and as I said, insanely great, right? Do not accept mediocrity, keep scaling further. So that's how I look at it. And that's the mantra we are building at Lumber. We are like, speed is our best friend. We need to build at phenomenal scale, right? Don't look at the existing benchmarks. Think about even bigger, higher things.
So how do you deal with, on a day-to-day basis, right? So you're starting this new company, Lumber, and then how do you think through the idea of like delegating, moving the bit? Like, one of the things you mentioned, right, is your job as CEO is to think a year ahead. What's going to happen in the future? So how have you created, what sort of systems do you put in place, and when do you put them in place to sort of delegate things away? And obviously, this is a slight pet peeve of mine, because I think founders are terrible at this, and yet they should always outsource things like back office operations, which we run. But like, how do you think through, when do you start delegating things away so you can start thinking about the future, long-term focus, or talking to your top tier customers, or going to these events in different cities? What's your advice there about how does a founder grow into becoming a CEO?
As I have progressed as an entrepreneur founder, today it's all about delegation. For me, it's really important. If you want to scale, you have to delegate. Today, I'm not doing any important work in the company. I'm only thinking about future. That's how I look at it. I've got a strong team that can handle all the functional aspects for the company today. And so it's very important that you bring a team that you trust, that amplify you, that can complete your sentence. Really, really important. If you have big ambition, if you want to scale high, delegation is a thing. And of course, we humans, we believe in ourselves. It's not easy to believe in others, but if you really want to scale, you have to believe in others' abilities. Even if they fail, it should be okay to fail. So
then how many people, how do you decide what to hand? Once again, how do you decide what to delegate though, and when to delegate things? Because in the end, people are going to want to keep coming back to the CEO, right? Everyone wants just, I'm going to skip over all the bureaucracy. I'm going to go straight to the CEO to get an answer. And I have customers who ping me because they want to get an answer direct from the CEO, or teammates even who ping me about things because they want an answer from the CEO. How do you move yourself out of that world so you can focus on the future and the things that really only you can do?
Yeah, I had a strong executive team right from the start. I call them all my founding team. And I was very clear with all of them that they are essentially, mini startups within a startup, and they are the leaders and they have to manage. And I made sure that anybody from their team came to me and I mentioned to them, please go and talk to the leader. I'm here to encourage you and my doors are always open, but ultimately the decision will not be made by me. The decision will be made by the leader. That takes, again, some courage to say that. I know that because you believe in yourself and you're tempted to get into the weeds because you feel like you can do it. but important to trust that leader will do the job. I had a new customer success leader come in, and the first thing that the customer success leaders asked me is to not to comment on the Slack channel with respect to customer. And for me, it was very important to follow the instructions there from the customer success leader.